My people, okay. So it's dark though, isn't it? We've got Conor Benn, we've got Chris Eubank Jr., and we've got Eddie Hearn. But we've got to speak about, most importantly, um, Conor Benn and Eddie Hearn. Obviously, Conor Benn has left matchroom boxing and he's gone to Zuffa Promotions. Obviously, the boy Dana White owns that. Majority shareholder is Turkey Al Sheikh. And look, he's basically saying, look, Conor Benn saying thank you to Eddie Hearn, everything you've done. You've held me down through thick and thin, through the highs, through the lows. But I got an offer that I couldn't refuse. Get me? I would like for you to carry on and follow me on this journey. But I got an offer we couldn't refuse, and we signed to Zuffa Boxing. Now, obviously, the boy Eddie Hearn, he's responded and he's saying, look, he got the email. He texted Conor Benn's solicitor and said, look, his lawyer said, look, can we have a call? The lawyer responds back and says, no, can't have a call. And obviously, Eddie Hearn saying, yo, I could have had my man in a contract. I could have extended the contract. I could have put my man in a contract from before. But I thought that it was more than business. We're friends. Through his lowest time, I've lent the boy hundreds of thousands of pounds. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And I thought that he would never, ever do this to me. But this is what's happened. Obviously, there's more to the story. There's always more to the story. But obviously, you know, Chris Eubank Jr., he despises Eddie Hearn. Remember, previous press conferences, he's been calling Eddie Hearn a scumbag. You're a scumbag, you're a scumbag, you're a scumbag. So Chris Eubank Jr. obviously has woke up this morning and he's just been tweeting, saying that basically, the man, you must be so much of a scumbag that the man, Conor Benn, didn't even want to give you a phone call. What other stuff have you done? Do you know what I mean? This is what he's basically saying. Obviously, then he starts trolling Conor Benn and he says, look, for you to even do that, it just shows how mad Eddie Hearn dealt with you. But at the same time, you're a scumbag as well, because whatever goes around comes around and it's going to come back on you. So, listen, entertainment. One thing that obviously Nigel Benn, Chris Eubank, they had their trilogy, their fights, you get me? Obviously, Conor Benn, you know what I'm trying to say? Chris Eubank Jr., they had their fights, one win, one loss. Obviously, Chris Eubank Jr. has had some serious health problems, and he's set to be having twins. So obviously, Conor Benn's got a son as ready. He's having twin boys, so you never know. Generations can carry that boxing legacy. Yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comments, man. Do you think that Conor Benn done Eddie Hearn wrong? Do you think he's a scumbag for that, or do you think that there's more to it, or do you think that for once, let this stuff happen? Because there's usually always the promoters that's screwing over the fighters. There is going to be loads of different opinions on this. Chris Eubank Jr. he's just trolling. He's going to troll, he's just trolling. You get me? He's happy that happened to Conor Benn. To Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn, obviously there's a couple old interviews that's popping up. Remember, Eddie Hearn and Dana White, they don't really see eye to eye, so they've been trolling. And Eddie Hearn kind of downplayed, or he kind of rubbed out Zuffa Boxing. And he's saying that right now Zuffa Boxing's rubbish. Or now, remember, Conor Benn was Eddie Hearn's #1 fighter, his main fighter. It's like losing millions of pounds. I don't know, man. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Peace.